So we started the weekend with Bitcoin approaching $100,000 once again, and then boom, one of the largest heists in crypto exchange history occurred, where hackers stole nearly 1.5 billion from the exchange ByBit in what a lot of people are considering the biggest ever crypto heist. So it actually looks like the culprit was the Lazarus Group, which is a state-sponsored hacking collective notorious for siphoning billions of dollars from the crypto industry as of late, and it is attributed to North Korea. I also saw that ByBit is offering a 10% bounty to anyone who assists in recovering the funds from the hack, and it's always nice to see that Tether is freezing a bunch of assets. And again, if you have not watched my tutorial video explaining Tether simply, I recommend that you do so, because you'll actually learn that Tether is highly centralized, and a lot of people, they take issue with these types of situations. Now, obviously, when a giant hack occurs by a country that is acting maliciously, it's actually in everyone's best interest that some of the funds are recovered. So some people say, oh, I guess it's good that these centralized projects can go ahead and freeze funds. But the ethos of crypto is to be highly decentralized, and so a lot of people take tons of issues with that situation. Now, if you look into the story, you will see that Ethereum was the crypto that was stolen the most. And actually, the reason I'm making this video is because I found this brilliant Reddit post describing step by step how ByBit messed up and what they could have done better. And I actually wanted to go through it and explain it a little bit more simply, because some of the explanation here might be a bit technical for beginners. So I wanted to mention that one of ByBit's largest mistakes was that signers approved a malicious transaction without properly verifying it. So how exactly did it happen? Well, the hackers actually didn't steal any private keys. Instead, they made ByBit's transaction signers approve a harmful change by disguising it as something normal. This is similar to a phishing scam if you're just navigating the internet, where the appearance tricks someone into trusting a dangerous situation. Now, also, ByBit only used one user interface to check transactions. The attackers manipulated this interface, and then what happened is that the signers didn't see the real risky details. So a safer approach would have been to double check the raw transaction details on trusted platforms like Etherscan. Now also, before signing, ByBit didn't simulate or test the transactions to see exactly what it would do. Tools like Tenderly or OpenZeppelin Defender could have totally shown the unexpected malicious behavior ahead of time, potentially stopping the entire attack. The hack also allowed a huge 1.5 billion transfer to happen immediately without any delay. So implementing a waiting period like a 24-hour delay for large transactions could have provided time for review and cancellation if something suspicious was happening. It's also important to point out that high security systems often use an extra safety mechanism to block unauthorized changes, but ByBit's setup allowed the contract controlling their funds to be modified without a second check, which was a major vulnerability. Even though billions were moving, the system didn't flag the unusual activity as suspicious. And this is obviously a terrible thing. A good security system would monitor for abnormal transactions, especially when it involves huge sums of money. And $1.4 billion, $1.5 billion, that's a huge sum of money. That's nothing to scoff at, and a lot of people are so pissed off about this. So ByBit seemed to favor speed over security. They chose not to add the extra layers and delays that might slow down transactions, assuming that such an attack would never happen to them. So I checked up on a lot of my crypto friends, and thankfully no one had been using ByBit that I know of, but it is a very popular exchange. Now, I hold a ton of loot on Coinbase, but I also have a bunch of hot wallets, and I use cold storage as well. And the best thing that you could do is educate yourself on the best practice methods of being very, very safe with your crypto. So I recently put out this video, Hot Wallet in Crypto Explained Simply. I will link it in the description, and I am working on a video detailing cold storage, also talking about the top methods to secure your crypto to ensure that no one gets their greasy paws on it. And this is something that's on par for the course. I'm very, very sorry for those that were very excited about Bitcoin potentially hitting $100,000 again and going over. And then finally, we see another boom in some of the altcoins. But this really dampens the mood. This is something that has been an issue time and time again during these bullish cycles, is you get something like this that just pokes holes in the sails of this crypto momentum that is happening. But the one upside to these disasters in the crypto space is you can always count on Reddit and some of these other platforms to make light of the situation, and you can go ahead and commiserate with many other folks. So with that being said, I hope you guys appreciate the explanation of what had happened with the ByBit exchange hack. Stay safe out there. Don't just monitor your crypto portfolio. Keep an eye on your mental health, and I will see all of you in the next video.